3, 2, go. What's going on, guys? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. It is your boy Supersonic here, back again with another upload. Now today we're going to be talking about a very recent topic that I have been very excited for. That is the release of Mario 3D All-Stars. If you have not seen my video on talking about recent topics and playing, I did mention this as one of my topics, and I said that I was really hyped. I have done this recording 3 times. First time, I was really biased about Galaxy, since it's my favorite Mario game, and I only had about 5 to 6 hours of experience. Second time, I had about 12 hours of experience, and now I have about 20 to 25 hours. And today I want to give you a full-fledged review on VAR. And let's just get right into it. If you do like this video, and you want to see more reviews on games I'm hyped about, make sure to hit the like button, and make sure to subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I do upload. Now let's just go ahead and get into this. Alright, first thing we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the negatives of this package. I do think this is a really good package to get, but there are some negatives that I will be talking about. And the first one, I'm sure you've heard a lot of people talk about, the disclusion of one of the best-selling Wii games, Super Mario Galaxy 2. It is very confusing since Galaxy 1 is already on there, so it is very confusing that they did not add one of the best-selling games on the Wii. And people consider it one of the best Mario games ever created. So it seems very confusing to me that they did not add this in this package. But I have a feeling, since I know Nintendo has done this in the past before, I have a feeling they're gonna release it for some sort of DLC. Maybe with 3D Land as well. And maybe, yeah, that's about all I can think of. Just those two. Because 3D World's already coming to Switch. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. Well, I don't know what the fuck I said that. Okay. And anyways, I feel like they're going to add that. Maybe with 3D Land. Maybe with not. But it does seem kind of weird that they did not add that. Since it is one of the best-selling Wii games on the console. Second thing, I don't know why the fuck there's awkward silence. I can't fucking speak today. Second thing, what you see is what you get. There is not much with this package. It is 3 HD ports with upgraded 3D models and upgraded sprites of the originals. And the soundtracks. That's it. Which is kind of disappointing because in the past, other games have given us a lot more content with either games or behind-the-scenes footage. That's not here. There's only 3 games and the soundtracks that come with them. So it is kind of disappointing the lack of stuff we got with this package. And the last thing, there's still some imperfections that they did not fix. The camera for both 64 and Sunshine is not fixed, which I haven't really had problems with Sunshine's camera, but I have had several problems with 64's camera. If they could have at least just added a second option to use these use the new cameras and use the old cameras, that would have been nice. Or just fix the cameras entirely. But they did not do that. Which that is kind of disappointing that they didn't fix some imperfections with the older games. And another thing, motion controls in Galaxy. In Galaxy, you cannot use a wired controller for the pointer, which is very disappointing. I feel like the pointer should just be mapped, which it technically already is. With the pointer, you have to hold R and then use motion controls. Why not just hold R and then just use one of the joysticks? It makes no sense. And I am very sad that they did not fix that. Because not everyone is a fan of motion controls, Nintendo. So, yeah, I'm still kind of sad that they did not fix it. But they did fix, which I will get into, they did fix the spin. The spin is now tied to a button. Thank God. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the games themselves. Starting off with the granddaddy himself, Super Mario 64. I have never played the original. I have played DS. I have played the DS version, but I didn't even know what I was fucking doing. And I have barely played it since I first played it. I think I played it like a couple times here and there, and I could not figure it out whatsoever. 64, normally on the other hand, I have been able... It is a very difficult game. Well, not very difficult. It's not really that difficult. But some of the things like the camera makes the game a little bit more harder for to deal with. But overall, the game is very good. I wouldn't really overly praise it like I've seen other people do. But it's a very good game. Kind of like how Mario 3 is a really good game as well. But I don't overly praise it. But there are some imperfections. For example, the camera. The camera is a huge problem in 64. I do not like the camera. And I wish they could have just fixed it. And I'm blaming it on fucking Lakitu. Lakitu, I'm gonna fucking kill Lakitu. But seriously. I'm just being serious. The camera is not that good. And I feel I'm so sad that they did not fix it. Or at least improve it. Or at least give us another option for a more benefiting camera. And another thing, I don't really like that you get kicked out of worlds. Which is for all three. I don't really like that you get kicked out of worlds in 64. I don't know, it just feels kind of monotonous. Because every time you die, or every time you die or get a star, you have to go right back into the thing. Which can really add time onto the game itself. So yeah. They could have fixed that. And so yeah. But overall the game is really good. I really love the characters. I love the story. I just love the worlds. And I say it's a really good game. It's not as good as I say that other people like fucking praising it like it's like the best game ever made. Which people did that with Mario 3, and I kind of should make a video. If y'all want me to, I'll make a video on why I think that Mario 3 and 64 are overrated. The reason I say they're overrated is not a bad thing. These games are good. They are fantastic games. But there are still imperfections that I feel like just people who are fans of the game, like mega fans of the game, overlook. And a lot of people say that Mario 64 is the one that invented 3D gaming. Games did it before Mario 64 and did it really well. But I'm getting off topic, and overall, I really do like Mario 64. With some hiccups here and there, but still a really good game to play. And I'm surprised I have not played it all these years, since I've been really interested in it, and it was the game I was most hyped for. Next, Sunshine. Something about Sunshine has never really stuck with me. I don't know, just something about the game I never was hyped for. And I don't know why. Sunshine, like 64, is a fantastic game. It is a really good game. The same as 64. I don't know, I've just never been really interested in it. And I don't know why. And I'm just gonna say this right here, right now. I don't care what the fuck you say. The best... Mario Sunshine has the best spin jump and dive I have ever used in a Mario game. You see, the spin jump has the most fucking height it's ever had. And can be really good in some platforming challenges. And the dive is very special. I love using the dive in this game. The dive is no longer like 64 or Odyssey, where you have to run or jump to use the dive. The dive is just automatically to a fucking button now. Meaning you can constantly dive. And diving is so much fun. And if you include FLUDD in that, and FLUDD on the other hand, well, if you include FLUDD, you can spray some water down and then dive onto it, and you'll slide and get really high speeds. It's really fun. So yeah, the dive and the spin jump are really probably the best I've seen in a Mario game. And the Flood is fantastic. I love Flood. I wish he was in more Mario games. They need to put him in more Mario games. Like, you have freaking Cappy and shit. Why not bring back some of the older IPs? Like an instant. Like, again, Flood. Flood is amazing. I really like him. Or her. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's a fucking robot. But yeah. I really like Flood. It's a really cool idea. And I wish they would bring it back somehow. Yeah, but there is some imperfections. Again, I don't like that you get kicked out of a world. Some of the challenges are kind of monotonous, like the Shadow Mario stuff. Sure, he's fun the first time, but then you fight him over and over and over again. And it's kind of monotonous, even if he's revealed to be Bowser Jr. Still, it kind of seems like I like Shadow Mario. But still, they could have at least made some unique challenges than you just chasing him and killing him with Flood. I mean, there are some unique challenges where you have to create things without Flood because he steals Flood from you. That's about it. So yeah, I feel like they could have done some more stuff with Shadow Mario, and I don't really like that you get kicked out of worlds. But overall, the story's amazing. I really like the story. I really like the aesthetic, and yeah. Now let's talk about Galaxy. Galaxy was I was excited, like really excited for it. The same with 64, but I was also very skeptical. Galaxy is my favorite 3D Mario ever invented, and no game has topped it, even Galaxy 2. Sorry for the mic brother. I'm planning on getting a new one, so yeah. But anyways. Galaxy's my favorite, so I was really skeptical. And I'd say Galaxy is an improvement, but that's about it. Galaxy I love. I love it more in this collection because of the new stuff it brings, because of the new, not new stuff, but like some of the new controls it does. But it also didn't fix some of the imperfections, like the motion controls, the pointer. The motion controls now are acting as the pointer. I don't know why the pointer can't just be held down with R and then use the joystick. It makes no sense to me. Like, why couldn't they have done that? So yeah, it's had the least and most changes. It runs the best because it runs at actual 60 frames per second, which I'm still surprised that it runs at 60. Because both other games will run at 30. But yeah, and now one of the biggest improvements is the spin jump is tied to a button. I was very skeptical about the spin jump and the pointer as well. The spin jump, I am so glad it's tied to a button. Because that was one of the main problems. That was one of the problems I did have with Mario Galaxy. Was the spin jump being tied to motion controls. Now that it's tied to a button, that just makes it 10 times better to use. And it was already really good to use. The ground pound is probably the best ground pound in any Mario game. It's super fast. And when you pair it with a triple jump, you can get some really good height. Now, Mario's controls itself, I would say aren't the best. In any of the games, and I forgot to mention about Mario 64, that probably has the best long jump, but Mario's jumps seem a lot more heavier than I realized. Maybe that's just my nostalgia, you know, like, maybe that's just my, like, my memories kicking in, but he's a lot more heavier than I thought he was, but yeah. Now, it is still my favorite Mario game, even with them not fixing some of the problems, and them, you know, and Mario's moveset being kind of heavy, it still is my favorite game. It still is the most amazing Mario game with the most amazing bosses, music, gameplay I've ever fucking seen. Even with Mario's kind of heavy moveset, it still is a fantastic game, and I cannot recommend it enough. It is a very fantastic game, and I highly recommend pick it up in this collection, which I recommend you pick it up in this collection only because, you know, it fixes some of the issues with the older game. But overall, it's a really good game, and I can't recommend it enough. Now, the package itself, again, it has some downsides, but it does have some good sides. All the games run smoother than they did before, which makes sense because it's on the Switch. But number one, Galaxy still runs the best because, you know, it's at 60 frames per second. Sunshine is now in widescreen. 64 is still cropped, but still they improved the sprites, the 3D, and they basically refined the 3D sprites and some of the the 2D sprites and the 3D models. They've kind of like redone, it's kind of like just a enhanced version of them. And yeah, so the package itself is kind of lacking, but it also has some improvements. And the 3 games themselves, all 3 are fantastic games. And I will say, I do recommend this game. Mario 3D All-Stars, you should get. You're basically reliving some of Mario's greatest 3D adventures, and I cannot recommend it enough for that. But anyways, I'm going to end this video here. If you do like this video, make sure to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe.